What up? This is your boy DJ EFN. You might know me as a drink champ, but first and foremost, I'm a proud father. I linked up with two of my other dad homies, Manny Digital and KGB, to start the Fatherhoods podcast. Each week, we bring you insider hip-hop stories, parenting, and advice and therapy. The saying is true, it takes a village, and we humorously serve as each other's trusted counsel in figuring out how not to screw up being a good dad.
The Fatherhood Podcast. Beats, rhymes, and diapers.
Nope. This is all official, my friend. What's cracking?
What's going on?
Did you get that snowstormy?
It stopped short of Dade County. But it's cold as fuck over here right now.
What's that mean?
Like early 50s.
You said 30, 50?
No, early 50s.
Oh. All right, for y'all, that's cold.
And then it's like gloomy, and then it's like light rain, so it feels like almost
Chilly
like it's
rain.
snowing on you. But I saw people that I know in Tallahassee and in Jacksonville getting damage from snowstorm shit.
Getting dumped on. Yeah, that's nuts. I mean, I'm sure that's happened in the past, but not 7 inches.
I saw a report of 13 inches in some spots.
Wow.
These kids get the snow day.
Yeah, that must be.
You guys got a lot of snow over there?
No, we didn't get anything. The previous week we did though.
Oh, okay. But you've been
But
getting
it
snow.
cold. Yeah, we're not normally supposed to, but yeah. But now we got it last week, but it's been cold as shit. Like wake up, it's like 14 degrees.
Woo!
Yeah, we caught 6 inches over here of snow. And,
Whoa, pause.
It says snow. Of snow. Yo, we caught the whole
you were slow.
thing.
You were slow on the snow.
We caught 6 inches. I was in Pittsburgh yesterday.
What is that noise?
That's you, bro.
I think my laptop's gonna blow up and kill me.
Yeah, maybe. It's you didn't prep? You didn't doomsday prep for the laptop blowing up? Come on, son.
No, I didn't.
Yo, but it was I don't know. I was taking a walk. It was like 5 degrees and it felt like 1. And I went to Pittsburgh yesterday. When I landed, it was -4. So the cold is like absurd right about now.
Well, we're not doing that right here in Miami. It's
Yeah.
cold.
So wait, how do your kids react to this? I mean, noticeably freezing, or like how does it affect
it's like,
them?
No, they like it. They're like, it's winter still.
Oh, they feeling it.
Yeah, no, they want it. They wish. I wish it snowed out here. That'd be dope.
But for like a week, like just give me a little bit of snow.
No. I want snow for like 12 hours, and that's it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then go
Quickie.
away, just so the kids could see it, and then take it away because it's a mess.
Have your kids seen the seasons yet?
My kids,
no. Okay.
they haven't seen snow.
Oh, New England in the fall, bro, is a must. You got to check that out if you could ever do that. And then, yeah, winter, bro. You got to come see this winter out here somewhere.
If you take them to
those-
Hialeah, they'll see something right now. It's a different kind of snow.
Different kind of snow.
Yeah. When are you gonna do a snow trip with them?
Soon.
Yeah.
I want to. Travel like crazy with them.
You don't ski or snowboard. Have you ever?
No, bro. What you do?
No, I mean, I've done it. I don't call myself a skier or a snowboarder.
You've skied and snowboard?
Yeah, I've done both.
I don't see it.
Why?
I don't know why. I just don't see it.
Oh, what? Yo, I've never heard anybody say that.
I just don't see it in you. I don't see. I feel like you'll have 2 left feet with the skis,
bro. No.
and one foot with the snowboard.
I did mad good too with the snowboarding. I did, yo. Oh my god, I wiped out skiing. I took a few people out when I fell, bro.
Oof.
I felt terrible. Everybody screaming at you, and it was like a bunny slope. It wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, I dabble.
See, my son can snowboard because he can surf and he can skateboard, but I've never skied or snowboarded, and I'm not even attempting to try because I'm like, later on in life at this age, I'm like, you get injured and you're just out, man.
Bro, that's how I feel
It's so hard to
about
got to do the,
skateboarding.
the the risk versus reward type shit these days with some of that stuff.
Yeah, I
Just
totally
know.
want to jump on my skateboard at the crib, and I'm just like, I used to do it all the time, and I'm like, nah, I can't.
Yeah.
I just think of those rocks back in the days when you'd be skating in that random rock and you just fly off.
Mm.
Nah, I'm not chancing it.
Have your kids done the hoverboard thing?
Nah.
The hoverboard. Oh, you mean stand
The
that weird standing thing?
not
Yeah,
a
the
Segway
nah, the one that
It,
Mike
it almost looks like a Segway without
without the
the
stick.
handle,
without
right?
the
Right.
stick.
Yeah.
So there was that video, that viral video when Mike Tyson fell when he was using it. So that's always what I envision. I don't attempt it, but my daughter, my youngest, she was at a friend's house and they had it. She jumped on it first time ever, and she was just rolling around like that shit was second nature. And I've tried to put my feet on it, but like holding up against the wall, bro, I go flying immediately. So I'm like, I just don't have it, bro. I can't take those chances.
Yeah. 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 You got it's tough, man.
Yeah, I'm
It,
not playing
and
with
it's mental because it's really we did it and we could do it, but we're nervous.
it. Yeah.
I have a dope video of Eddie falling off one of those hoverboards.
Oh, really?
I put it in slow mo too.
Yeah, you got to send that later.
Yeah.
Friends.
One of my son, my kid. Ooh, that was gonna be
Whoa.
bad.
What was happening there?
Ooh, my lamp almost fucking ate it right now. All right, chill. Um, my son got he woke up with a fever today.
Ah,
So anytime like the normal routine gets disrupted, like it kills my entire vibe because I work from home. Like I can't think about tending. I can't think about him sick and me focusing on what I gotta get done. So it like really screws up, obviously, right? Productivity. But then I'm like pushing him to try to be self sufficient while he's sick, and then I'm like, "You asshole, he's sick." I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you're a dick.
But but we found a good balance. Like I was able to spend like 45 minutes with him, getting him what he needs and stuff. But
hey,
do
so
it.
how do you guys come to the conclusion of when it's time to go back to school? Because my son's been sick home for a couple of days, and that's always the struggle of like, you know, when to pull the trigger on like, all right, you're good enough to go back to school, you know.
I guess it depends what they're suffering from.
Yeah, like if it's like a constant flow of boogers and mucus, once that slows down, but also you could just tell, your kid, like the energy level, like when they're legit sick and they got that low energy. As soon as I see that day that they wake up with the energy, I might let that day ride just to watch, and then the next
Yeah.
day it's back to school.
For me, it's the moment that they slip and pick up their device.
Hmm.
Once they pick up their device, I know that's it. Time to
Hmm.
go.
But aren't they if they're home, you don't let them play games or like if they're napping and then they wake up and
I'll let them watch TV. I won't let them be on their device,
okay.
like the iPad or their
Well,
little.
what does being on the device mean? Like, are they watching stuff or are they doing something else?
Nah, usually they're watching some content or playing like Roblox or something like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
As soon as
I
they pick
can't go
that,
by that because even in my case, you know how sometimes when kids are sick or overly tired, they actually get these surges of energy. Sometimes, not all the time.
not
Like the
my yeah.
overly tired thing.
They just become fucking unbearably bratty.
Loopy. Well, loopy too. Well, like
Yeah,
my
If they're
son,
if they're overtired, you're saying?
yeah.
yeah, like my
Yeah,
son,
yeah.
like he'll if he's sick, whatever, he'll juice it and he'll be sick and we'll know he's sick and he won't go to school. But then all of a sudden be like, what we doing? Like, and he
Hmm.
wants to do this, like run around the house chasing each other, play cops and robbers, play Hulk chasing a bad guy, play all these fucking things that just mean running around in circles chasing each other. And I'm like, come on, bro, aren't you sick?
Yeah, all you got to say is, okay, you got enough energy to go to school then. Great.
Yeah, but the thing is that obviously this is only happening when we know he's legitimately sick.
Right, right. I got you.
We're not very light with the oh, I'll just stay home. Like if we see that he's sick, but for some reason, once he knows he's not going to school, and then like let's say like my wife leaves the house and it's just me and him, he like unless he's like really, really bad, he'll
Yeah.
probably be like, all right, what we do?
Hey, did your daughter, Manny, get find out the last school?
So she's still waiting for Davidson.
Oh, okay.
She got yesterday actually. She got, who was it again? Texas.
What's the one that she really wanted? The first choice. That's the one she's waiting on still?
Yeah, Davidson's the first
Okay.
choice. Yeah, she's
Okay.
waiting on that one. But her second choice is basically the one she got yesterday. I'm blanking on the name. It's a big school in Texas.
Okay.
Uh, I keep wanting to call it BYU, but it's not. That's like the Mormon school in Utah.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was super excited. And again, I didn't meet her expectation around excitement. And she was like, my wife either. Both of us, we were kind of just like, yeah, yeah. And she's like super screaming and shit. And then she looks at both of us. She goes, "You guys are not even like really excited." And I'm like, "I'm sorry. I don't know what you want from me. You want
Now,
me to
were
bring?"
you guys excited, or are you waiting for the top choice and then you're excited?
Here's how I feel about it. And I'm not necessarily saying I'm right, but my daughter she's a high level academic. So she's an honor roll student. Like
Yeah.
she's, you know, school for the most part comes easy to her. So when I think about acceptance, I look at acceptance rates at schools, and then I look at her and I'm like, all right, these should be easy. So in my head, I've already gotten past like you're getting into every school with maybe one exception, right? Because all of these schools so far have been roughly around 50% acceptance rates. So I'm like, I mean, I don't know what the pool of high school students looks like out there, but yo, if you're a high achieving and you demonstrate that, I
Why
think your
wouldn't you get
chances are
in?
pretty good.
Right.
Chances are better than average to get into these schools. So I think that plays a role in me not being as excited for her as she feels I should be, because and it's not fair to her, but I just look at it as a foregone conclusion. The one school that remains, that one's like a 17% acceptance rate. So if she gets into that one, I'm gonna be jumping for joy for multiple reasons. That being, the challenging part of it, but also like I went to the school to see it, loved it. She enjoyed it too, so I know how much it could mean to her to be there on that campus and kind of vibing with the school. So that one I'm probably gonna jump out a window for.
Mm.
Yeah, how
But
how long is this process of waiting to figure it all out?
it all depends on when you apply, but most of the schools, their applications are due right at the beginning of this month. So like January 1st or 2nd is when their deadline dates are. She applied to most of these in November and got back all of them with the exception of one, I believe. That one they say it could take as long as April before they respond. But that school it's not an Ivy League school, but they operate similar to an Ivy League. Like the way they have a huge endowment. So for those that don't know what that is basically
Hey,
like
yo.
Yo, man, he said that he's well endowed over there.
yeah. Yeah, I was not expecting that, especially not from KB. Oh my god.
And
So
it's facial. You got to show that facial. Oh no, we can't show him anymore.
oh snap. So like Ivies are really hard to get into, right? And
Right.
so if you do get accepted, they basically make sure that you can attend. So whatever your affordability is, they figure out. They'll ask you to pay whatever you can, and then they'll cover the rest of the tuition. So this Davidson operates in the same way. So competition to get in is really high. academics are really high, yada yada. So I fell in love with the place so much so that I told her, I was like, yo, if I could come back to do college again, I would do it here because it was that dope to me. So if if and when,
What was
hopefully,
so dope? They had discotheques. What the fuck?
bro,
Just
like
the vibe on the campus.
yo, the vibe on campus, how pristine and immaculate everything was. We had the good fortune of having, and we just drove up to the yard and just like ran around the campus. Like it wasn't like a guided tour. And we just so happened to run into one of the administrators of the school. She's, you know how you could tell people are not, from there. They're not, um, they don't know where they're going. We were just wandering, and she came to us and was like, "Hey, you guys not from here, right?" Blah blah blah. She was like, "Look, come, I'll take you on a tour." And so she didn't have to do that shit. It was a weekend. Like she was not needing to do anything like that. And she took the time to like explain everything to us, take us through different buildings and cater the tour to my daughter's interests. And that could just be great salesmanship, right? Which is fine for me, but it served what we needed in the moment.
Right.
And her
Very
taking us through
personable.
everything. Yeah, her taking us through everything and like showing us and telling us about the history, the facilities, all that stuff. It was just like really dope environment for any student, I think, to really enjoy their college experience.
Does your daughter have a certain expectation of what college is going to mean? Like, is she going into it thinking I'm doing this because I'm going to have a better career, or I'm going to enhance my potential career, or I'm doing it because of
The
the social
experience.
aspect, or to get that experience? Does she know what she wants out of this?
For her, she thinks it's a requirement to get to the next level, like next level being career. And as many times as I try to explain to her that that's not how she should be thinking about it, not strictly thinking about it
Right.
like that, she can't get it out of her head. So she's been thinking about college purely from an academic perspective and how that will translate into her moving into the world, the career path. But she's also like starting to understand like it isn't just about the first 4 years if she's trying to go down a biomedical track. Like she needs to seriously consider going and getting her master's degree at a minimum in order for her to get to where she thinks she wants to
PhD.
be. So she's not even really factoring in the whole social aspect, which I'm like, yo, there's an equal benefit and enjoyment in tapping into that social environment part of school because there's a balance and like you make lifelong friends and all the stuff that Kay, you know very well from your experiences. Like there's a lot to benefit from that aspect of it.
Hey, what? You don't think community college is like that?
Actually, no, I give community college actually a
I'm
lot of
kidding.
credit.
It's not like that.
I'm just thinking big campus because he went to a big campus school.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about.
Y'all
But
big campus boys. I get it. Well endowed.
um, so yeah, so she still don't know, and frankly, like everybody I talk to, they don't know, bro. They don't know what the fuck they want to do or where they're gonna go after they get it accepted. Like they're not thinking too clearly about any of that shit. But
What do you think?
What?
What do you guys think about the I don't want to conspiracy theorist point of view, and I say that generally because I don't just for the sake of defining it, but like that the idea of college these days is really just to indoctrinate young people to think or do a certain way, a certain thing, a certain way, and it's not necessarily about learning anymore. But what do you think? There's truth to that, or
I don't think there's organized. I think there's truth to that, but I don't think it's as organized of a conspiracy as people would want to put on it. I just think there's a educational class. I don't know if that would be the right way to put it, of like professors and people in that world that kind of they try to like impose their beliefs on their students and then create those environments. And then it's easy to put in, to create an immense impression on these students that come in, these young people with all these hopes and dreams, and then kind of like shape them in a certain way.
Yeah, I think to a degree there is some of that. Um, but in a lot of cases, so who is leading the classroom in college does impose a lot of their own beliefs. I agree with that. And you get a lot of liberal think in college, or at least my experience has been that way. There's a lot of the professors that I encountered leaned very liberal, which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just an observation. So when I think about like, all right, what there's an agenda to push people to go to college for a variety of reasons. For me, the education aspect of it is important, but I put more value and more stock in all the other things that come from college. So there's a huge experiential path that you can go down if you're involved in like social activities on campus. All these groups that they have on campus. I was exposed to the music industry in a pretty big way because leading I was one of the like chairs of a group that brought acts to the school to perform for the student body. So it taught me how to negotiate with promoters. It taught me how to, schedule them and do logistics and all, sell tickets, all this stuff. That was on me. The school would provide the budget, but it was on me to execute and the team. So there was a lot of that happened on campus and continues to happen that I think people don't value, or administrations at school don't value as much as the degree in science or whatever it might be, which I think is a challenge or a problem. But the social element to me is like I'd say it's like 55-45. Like the social aspect to me, the value is like slightly above the academic value in college.
Well, some of the conspiracy, actually, I said the professors and all that is used to be, but like the problem or is the problem. A lot of the conspiracies revolved around the groups, the social groups that have gone super liberal,
Yeah,
and have turned on the professors.
that's happened.
Who the professors were in their minds liberal already, but not liberal enough for these social groups that are on campus that are turning against them. Like if the pronouns thing or this or that, and they just like go ham on these professors.
Yeah.
And like there's also this whole thing about comedians that have performed around campuses getting like
Canceled
their shows canceled or booed off campus and different things like that. I don't know, man. Obviously it's a breeding ground for something.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what your daughter's experience ends up being when she gets there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. At the end of the day, it's like you can make it whatever you want. Like you
Right.
can
It
make your
probably
college experience whatever you want. So it's just a matter of you finding the right clicks or picking the right classes to create the experience you're looking for. But the setting, you got to be kind of strategic about selecting because that you can't change.
Hmm.
It's a lot to think about, bro. I still don't know. Yo, so FAFSA is the federal financial aid application that
Mm-hmm.
college kids have to apply for. It's a fucking joke, bro. And I'm not on government assistance, right? So I don't want to like make it seem like it is more or less than what I experienced, but like if the way they calculate what people earn versus what they deserve is laughable. Because I know people in way worse situations than I am that are still getting like for 4 years of college like $5,000, and then the tuition is like 150 grand for 4 years. So like it's sad how it's set up. But
I'd imagine it's going to be worse now. And this is actually a question for you. Do you foresee any trouble with this process with any of these new things happening with the new administration coming in? How they're changing all these like what is it called? Like
the repayment programs.
no man, like the civil rights stuff. Not the civil rights stuff, but
Oh,
I
like
know what you're
meeting
talking
certain
about.
quotas. What do you call
yeah,
that? Affirmative action type
affirmative
stuff.
action stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. I don't think so. For now, I mean, it depends how severe it gets. But I think my daughter probably will be all right. I think then beyond that, well, I don't know, because year 2 of this new administration, things can radically change and impact the people that are already in. So I don't know. I'll keep an eye out though.
I think it's pretty radical right now. Day 4 or 5. Like,
Yeah, I guess it depends on if they're, because right now we're talking about like income based financial assistance and things like that. But then if they start to go into, um, grants and things based on nationality or race or any of that kind of stuff, who knows
or even
how that
having
gets
to
affected.
bring in a certain amount of kids of different, trying to make it
Right.
different minority groups and, having certain percentages. Maybe they
Do
no
away with
more, and
that.
it's like 90% Caucasian. We'll do 10% mixed everybody else. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what stew they're gonna do there.
Yeah. We'll see.
I don't know. It's just pretty crazy though. Like,
Yeah, it does. I actually, I don't know why I did this, but I was, when the school in Texas sent my daughter the acceptance letter, I don't know what triggered me to go look at this, but I started looking at what states have the death penalty. Because I'm like, college kids get into so much dumb shit. If she, God forbid, is in the wrong place
Jesus
at the wrong
Christ, you're
time.
going down a dark path.
I know,
Shit.
I know.
Wow.
Little
Okay.
less jail time, but you're like the death penalty.
Yo.
God.
And then I look, and
Yo.
obviously Texas is one of them. But then I look at other states, and I'm like, oh, like Florida and like Georgia. And I'm like, damn, I didn't realize how many still had that as a thing. More than half of the U.S. And I was like, oh.
I
Then
don't think
quickly I was
any
like, get that.
college mistake she can make that will land her in the death penalty, bro.
I don't think. But my daughter's way too like easygoing and like not with the bullshit. So I can't see.
But I hear you. Like, just even like, drunk driving mistakes, any of that kind of shit. You just never know what the fuck's gonna happen and where, depending on where you are.
Dark path, man.
I know. I don't know. I'm not usually like that. So I quickly was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Get out of my head.
Yeah, right.
But yeah.
Sound like you need some Jesus, man.
Jesus juice?
A little Jesus. I'm not drinking until April, so I'm gonna have to figure out some other Jesus juice.
Yeah, I told you about Rek. He's doing a whole dry year.
Oh, the whole year.
Yeah.
Nice.
Him.
All right. All right.
Yeah. I decided on December 31st. I'm like, you know what? Let me kill the alcohol and see if I can make some gains on the.
That's why your head looks the way it does.
It's probably less about the alcohol and more about what the sugar from the alcohol does to your body after a while.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what it is for sure.
But I mean, I primarily drink tequila. I mean, I don't know how much sugar's in it, but I've heard it's probably one of the least harmful.
The least, yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah.
I gotta get rocking.
We're full of joy here.
Till next week.
Later, skaters.